Mr. B and Mrs. B. Brain dump. Awesome. Oh yeah. Like the boss. Awesome. Like the boss. Oh yeah. Awesome. Like the boss.
Right, hello. Welcome to the Brain Dump, and a lot of people have asked for this one, so here it is, and it's the pre-ride check. Oh yeah, like a boss. Now, the first thing you need to do when you're going to do a pre-ride check on your bike before you go for a ride, this may seem over the top, but trust me, it doesn't take long really, okay? It does when you record it on video though. Anyway, first thing you need to do is get the bike upright, okay? So if you haven't got a centre stand, then you want paddock stands, okay? I'm going to be using the Avila because, trust me, it's a lot easier. And then the other things that you'll probably need is a torch, tyre depth gauge, tyre pressure gauge, a pump if your tyres are low on pressure, and that's pretty much it, and a rag, just a white round when you're doing your checks. Okay, brilliant, let's move on. Right, so...
Andy, why are you talking like a dick?
Because I want to hurry up and get on the bike.
Alright, okay. Right. I'm going to leave that in.
Yeah. Right, so let's get that on the stand. Okay. Okay. Brilliant, bike's upright. Front paddock stand, just get the front end up level. What's the first check on my list?
Top.
Top.
Tyres.
Tyres, yes, yes, top. Right, so, first thing we check is, top is short for tread. Check your tread. Yeah. I've got new tyres. I'm not going to bother doing a depth gauge. Seriously, they're brand new, near enough. Okay? Loads of tread on them. But, let's check for objects. Now, what you can do... Oh, shit, there we go. If you're really OCD, I'll show you on the back tyre so you can see. Because people said before, what was you doing in that video when your bike fell over? What I'm doing, put a line across the tyre. Can you see that? Okay, and now as you spin the tyre around, you know where you started from, and you can check.
Did you find an object? Would you like to tell our lovely viewers what object you found?
It looks like a tiny piece of glass.
Oh.
No, it's actually in the tread, it's nowhere near the... Oh, look at that. Oh, it fell on the floor. Tiny piece of glass. There's a reason why we do this. Right, carry on checking. There's about 2 mil of glass. Didn't even get anywhere near the bottom of the tread. Okay, I've reached my mark. Visual check, everything looks fine as far as objects are concerned. So, tread, check. Object, check. So, top P, pressure. Tyre pressure. Right. Do it round this way. I need to clean my back wheel.
You really do, that's minging.
Yeah, well, I've got something for that. Right, let's cap off. Looking for 42 psi. And we are on 38, so I want to pump in 2 psi in that before I go out.
Alright, if you're looking for 42 and you've got 38.
Sorry, it's 41. And I want to put 3 psi in. Thanks for that. Sorry, I'm rushing because I'm dying to go out on the bike. Okay, and then obviously, same on the front one. I've already checked the tyre tread yet, but again, you could mark it with chalk and do the same thing, okay? But I visually check. We've done that. All looks absolutely fine. Okay, tyre pressure. I need 3 psi in the front as well.
Awesome.
At least they're going down at the same rate. Okay, so I'll get the pump out and pump that up in a bit. Everyone knows how to pump up a tyre, come on. Right. Right, it's recording. So let's have a look at oil level. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, right on the F. Okay, just check the bike looks pretty much upright. Yeah, that's why we get the bike upright. So the oil's just right. The point of this is you're about to go out on the bike like I am. But I'm recording this video, so I'm not going to start it. Okay, but you start your bike up, so that it gets it warm, we can do the rest of the checks. Okay. Now some of them I won't have to start it for, so I'll just sort out the audio. Okay. Right. So what's next on the list after start the bike?
Lights.
Lights. Okay. Yeah, this is where I want to start the bike because I still want to drain my battery. So I'll just quickly do that. What we're looking for is front, high beam, low beam, parking light. Okay. So basically all the bulbs. Rear brake. Okay, I could do that with without the bike running, but the main lights I just want to test that while the bike's running. Let's do that first, and then we'll crack on. So. Lights on. Okay.
Indicators.
Yeah, we'll do that now. What I wanted to say is, the other thing you need to check when you do all your bulbs, yeah, is your dash. Now, depending on the year of the bike, you'll get that little display happen when you switch it on and everything lights up, okay? The reason for that is, check all the bulbs work. Alright, so let's do that now. Okay, recording. So, when I switch on, everything lights up. Okay? I'll switch it off again, just so you can see. So that's neutral light, indicator lights, turn signals, oil, fuel injection, indicator light, high beam, display at the bottom, and obviously all the clocks and dials, your fuel, your depending on the bike, obviously the temperature and everything else will all move and light up. So let's check that out. Excellent. Some of the display works. Okay, so if there's a fault on the bike, I know that the bulb, or if I've got issues, I can have faith in the fact that there's no warning light, therefore there's no issue there.
Horn.
Horn. Okay, easy one. Horn works.
Fork seals.
Fork seals, yep. So on fork seals, what you're checking for basically is for any leaks, okay? Any residue of oil around your fork seals. If there is, it means your fork seals are on the way out and you need to replace them, okay? Depending on where your fork seals sit, they may well drip down your forks and end up going somewhere near your brakes, which you don't want. But essentially, if your fork seals are leaking, then check them out. Obviously check on both sides. And I'm happy to say that mine are as dry as a bone. Right, what's next?
Fuel.
Fuel. Okay. Depending on your bike, if you've got a fuel gauge, I've already checked mine, switched it on, I've got a quarter of a tank. First place I'm going when I get on this bike is the fuel station. Yeah. But obviously, if you've got a bike where you don't have a fuel gauge, visual check. Give it a sloshy around. Oh yeah. If it's not near the top, then it's not enough to go for a good blast. That's what it's all about, really. Right, fuel. What's next?
Chain lube and adjust.
Chain lube and adjust. Okay. My chain, I lubed it last time I came back, so it's already lubed. So when it comes to lubing your chain,
You can never have too much lube.
you can never have enough lube. When it comes to lubing your chain, do it when you come back.
Oh, I don't think you're going to be well enough to go out on this
Oh,
ride.
no, I will be. I just got a little frog.
Hee-haw,
So,
hee-haw.
yeah, a bit of rag. Just to show you the other thing. So my chain's already lubed, and the reason why that is I lubed it when I came back, okay? The reason we do that is the chain's still warm, helps the oil seep in, okay? And if you want to know anything else about lubing your chain, look at my how to clean and lubricate a chain video. And there'll be a link right where Mrs. B's pointing, no doubt. Okay, so the chain's lubed. What we do want to do though is just check for tension and tight spots. So I'm looking for about an inch of travel on my particular. Okay, and then spin the wheel around a bit. Check you've still got the same. you will get tight spots. Okay, so you want to make sure the chain is at the right tension at the tightest spot.
Is that not a sign that the chain needs changing then if you're getting tight spots and loose spots?
No, they will naturally get that kind of effect going on. The indicator, that's the loosest spot right there. But the tightest spot is just there, which is about 1 inch of movement, which is just how I like it. Not any tighter than that. Now, good point you made there, Mrs. B. When it comes to chains and knowing if they're worn or not, you've got two indications. The sprocket starts to look like shark fins, okay, hooked, which is a really bad example. And the other thing you can do is just try and pull the chain off the sprocket. Okay. Now they say, I think some people say if you can put a pencil behind the chain in the sprocket, then you need to change your chain. Yeah. If it's that bad, you should have changed it like a year ago. But if you look at this chain now, I don't know if you can get in close on that, Mrs. B. I'm struggling to see because the sun's in the eyes.
Good.
But that's it. That's all that will move off my sprocket. Okay, it's moving about 1 millimetre. Jesus, that sun's bright. Yeah, so it's moving 1 millimetre. I don't know if you can see that, but look. That is rock solid. Like a boss. Right. Okay, so the chain is good. Yeah, obviously if your chain does need adjusting, then adjust it according to your bike. Fairly straightforward. You've got some notches on here. There's my adjuster there. Are you looking at that?
Kind of.
Kind of not. Here's my adjuster there. They vary on bikes. Mrs. VSV's adjuster at the back. You've got notches, and you make sure it's the same number of notches each side. And then at that point you check to make sure you've now got the right tension. About 1 inch of slack on mine. Now, what's important to know is some people say, oh, I've got no notches. Okay, if you've got no notches, then just use a ruler. Okay, just mark it. Try and get it nearly the right adjustment on this side first, where your chain is. Okay, measure it, go around the other side, get it to the same distance, and then check again. Because quite often the chain will get tighter. Okay, depending on which way you're adjusting it. So just equal it out, and there you go. Right, measure it with a ruler. On your bike, there are certain bolts and nuts that you would prefer not to come undone. Okay, and those are the ones that you need to mark up if they're not already with something like nail varnish or something like that. Okay, and don't go for the glow in the dark stuff. It looks rubbish on your bike. I use Mrs. B's dark green, little does she know, but I use it on my bike. And yeah, so any bolts that you would not like to come off are the ones that you want to check. Okay, so wheels obviously is quite important. Let's go around and see what I've marked up on my bike. So I've got no real bolts at this point here, okay, because everything is on the other side. That's why I've got this little camera. So, caliper, okay, make sure that that's bolted on good. Torque arm, marked. Other end of the torque arm, marked. Obviously, the real wheel nut, okay, marked. Okay, front caliper, make sure that's on. Don't want that falling off, do we? Front wheel nut. And the fork stay nuts that go around the axle, marked there and there. And I'm pleased to say that none of them have moved. So that means all my nuts are tight. Oh, and there's my other mark there. I knew I had on there on the swinging arm. Okay, that was a nice close-up, wasn't it? The reason why we mark these is so we can just do a quick visual check. Alright, we don't have to go and get a torque wrench and start going checking them all. Alright, if the mark hasn't moved, yeah, from where the bolt position is, and the part on the bike where you've marked it, then there is no need to go and get a spanner. Okay. Right, brakes, obviously. Just about to go for a blast on the bike, you want to make sure you're going to stop. Okay, so that's where to test the brakes, you can't just give it the old. Yeah, that's working. Rear brake, yeah, that works. Let's just check the clutch is still up to crack as well, shall we? Quick visual check of your brake fluid and clutch fluid, if you've got clutch fluid. That's it. It's time to go and ride. Oh, what I need to say, let's go around this way. Some people say, what's the point of all that then? Well, I know that this bike is now roadworthy. I can go out on it and I can have some fun in the safe knowledge that everything is as it should be. There's no issues with it whatsoever. I just got to put some air in the tyres, go and get some fuel. Happy days. So that's it, pre-ride checks. Any questions? Put them in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them. And I think that leaves it there really, because I could do with going out and spin.
Don't forget.
Oh yeah, don't forget, ride safe, ride invisible. Thank you very much. Bye.
Mr. B and Mrs. B, brain dump. Awesome. Oh yeah, like a boss. Awesome, like a boss. Oh yeah, awesome, like a boss.